Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to go over the Chaldean name numbers. So how do you build wealth with Chaldean name number? The thing is that Pythagorean numerology, if it applies to you and you like it, that's great. But Chaldean numerology is something that a lot of people ask me for, and they want the true definition of how it works and how they can use it to make tangible income. The truth of the matter is this, guys, is that when you're using Chaldean numerology, the key premise behind it is that it's the name that you go by the most. So for a lot of us, like, my name is Shem Roy, but I go by Shem. It's been like that since before I could even talk. My parents would just call me Shem, then relatives, then friends, and etc. So everybody's like, oh yeah, Shem, that's easy. So understanding that, what I've done with it is I had to look at, okay, even I like Shem better. So what is the vibration of Shem? 17/8 in Chaldean. What's my life path? 17/8. Cool. So it works perfectly. My name number works in perfect cohesion with my life path number. So that's perfect because the name I go by the most, it happened quite naturally. So there's two ways you can go about that. You can go about it by manufacturing a name or a nickname that's going to go right with your life path, meaning it's in its trine, or it's the exact same as it. But what you can also do is you got to examine things like, what is your career going to entail? Meaning, are you going to have a communication-based career? Are you going to have a creative, more so based career? Are you going to have a medical field career, law enforcement? Because then you can start examining things and saying, well, if my name is Robert, but I'd rather be called Rob, or my name is Bobby, but maybe I should go by Bob. You can start making adjustments to your name or creating a whole different nickname that's going to be better suited for you within your career. So because the whole premise with Chaldean numerology is that the sound vibration means a lot more than just like your full name at birth in Pythagorean. That's the way they've done it. They spliced off Chaldean, then they said, oh, yeah, your full name at birth means everything. I think it does mean a lot. I think it's a life theme, and I think it still means what you were in a prior lifetime. But when it comes to like special innate abilities in this lifetime, it really comes down to that Chaldean name number that can then tell you, okay, hey, you have this special skill because your name number is 25 or 23 or 19 or 13, right? And then you can then utilize that and say, well, this is the name that I've been called the most through my whole life. What special skills does it have? Then how can I bridge that then to a career? Or, as I was saying before, you can then develop a name that's going to be better suited for the career that you actually want. So you have either of those options. When you're looking at Chaldean name numbers, I'll just go through it briefly. If you're looking to be like a manager, business, CEO, tycoon type person, you want to go with like the 1 or the 8 as a name number. Now, remember, this depends on your birth and life path. If you have a question about it, I'll do it for $17 general inquiry, USD, and then I'll answer the question of what name would best suit you, especially, and then you have to tell me what kind of career you'd want as well. But this is just a general synopsis of what each of these numbers entail. So if you want to be like a business person, a manager, tycoon, CEO, that type of person, or innovator, pioneer, the name number 1 in Chaldean will do very well. So that means like 1, 10, 19, 28, 37, 46, and they all mean different things. And it depends on which compound number will depend on the subject matter you're going after. I mean, if you're more so a scholar, maybe the 46, or a politician 46 like Vladimir Putin, that'll work well for you. If you're more so going to be a business magnet, maybe the 28 will work better for you. You know what I'm saying? It also depends on your birth and life path number, how that triangle intercepts, meaning like how these numbers go together. This is why a professional has to do it for you, so you understand exactly what you're doing. You don't just choose a random name and then all of a sudden it's not working anyways. You want to make sure it has compatibility with your birth and life path number first off, and then it actually pertains to the career that you're going after. So next, when you look at like the number 2 or the 11s, that's more so for healers, counselors, lawyers, arbitrators, mediators, people bringing groups of people together that would be in opposition and then providing unity to them. The 2, bring it into 1, they bring things together. If you're looking to do politics or motivational speaking as well, I'd say like the 11 names, especially the 20, 29 work very well. 29 is very good for lawyers. 20 is very good for politicians. And then the 38 is good for partnership-based businesses or group-oriented business where it's like 3-4 people come together to do a business. That 38 could really be a catalyst in that. I can explain why if you actually want to use the name. Like I said, just general inquiry, $17, and I got you. So the number 3 is good. You guys obviously know this one, like very creative, uplifting, jovial spirit. So if you have a 3 name number or you're looking to use it as a name number, It's going to work very well for wealth accumulation if you're using things like social media, or if you're doing things to do with like Hollywood, like you want to be in movies, things like that. It's going to work well. The number 4, you're going to have to work really hard with the 4. The 4 is good for organizers, bookkeepers, librarians, HR, bankers, people that are dealing with like rough statistics or organizing a lot of information. 4 does very good for that. The 22 could be very good to make a colossal business, but it's only going to work really good for, I'd say, like life path 8s or master numbers, that name number 22. Anybody else will probably F you over completely, I'm not going to lie. But it also can bring a lot of criminality when it's used as a name number. I don't know why, but a lot of criminals, even I personally know, have that name number 22. That's what they go by. So it's funny. They don't do it purposely, but the nickname they've chosen the streets ends up vibrating to that. So it's funny. Number 5 is like good for everybody. It's good for business. It's good for innovation. It's good for traveling. It's good for everything. 5 is that like middle ground number that works between all the numbers 1 through 9 perfectly. So that number 5 is really good. The 23 is the best. Royal Star of the Lion works really good, but that 50 is very good if you want to be like a very professional, like a scholar or professor of some sort. You want to teach a large scale of people something. That 50 will work very, very well for that. But all the 5s, there's no 5 number like compound I can think of that's that bad. In Chaldean, they don't care about karmic debt. The 14 is like a billionaire number in Chaldean. The 23 is Royal Star. The 32 is good for import-export business. 41, I'm going to leave that a secret. Hit me up for it. And then 50, like I said, it's the genius number, so it's good. Works great. The 6 is also a very good wealth number. Not as good as the 5, but I'd say right next to it. It's really good for wealth accumulation. If you want to be a real estate type of person, you want to run any sort of like website or businesses to do with online, it definitely works good for you as well. The 6 overall, I'd say, like I always tell people with 6 energy overall, or Tauruses too. Real estate, you can deal with legalities as well to a certain extent, depending on what type of 6 you use. And then the entertainment industry, of course, like anything to do with like social media, being in movies, all that stuff definitely matters. In the medical field, all those things go with the 6 perfectly. That 33 is a very good celebrity number. It'll lead you to a lot of superstardom quite easily. Some of the biggest stars out in like South America, the Caribbean right now have that 33 as a name number, and they're the top of the charts for those things. So it's interesting to see like how that stuff goes across the board. The 7 as a name number isn't that positive unless you're like an 11-2 or like a 7 as well. And having too much 7 energy can make you depressed. So I'd be careful with the 7 name number overall, guys. It will make you a zealot in whatever it is that you do, like obsessive and very good at it. You'll be in perfect cohesion with the subject matter you're going after, but it's hard to earn money when you're using it for business reasons. So for wealth accumulation, I'd say the 7 isn't the best. The 16 is probably the best one out of all the 7 compounds when it comes to getting famous for a skill set. And it's the most attractive 7 number. The 8 works pretty good too. 8 is obviously, I already kind of went over that. It's for like the business magnates. It's for people that want to be politicians, athletes, CEOs, executive level people. 8 does work okay. Life path 1s don't use 8. It's not going to work for you at all. It's going to work pretty bad. And then for most people, Saturn's nobody's friend, right? So you have to understand is that if people that say, oh, I want to change my name to 8 to make money, I'm like, the Saturn's a taskmaster, so it's going to make you work extremely hard and like longer than other people to get the same result. So it's not much of like a blessing in that sense, but it is a blessing in the sense of building your house on the rock and not the sand. So when you do build something colossal, it's going to be very hard to take it down or sabotage it because you built it with so much hard work, great determination. You learned so much lessons on the way. Even if you lost, you'd make it back in a day anyways. It's kind of like that. Lastly, it's the number 9. 18 is a billionaire number for sure. It's also the vibration of like Jesus in Chaldean, which I thought was funny. The 27 is very holy. The 36 is the best business one when it comes to kicking off doors, being aggressive. And it's a very good artistic number. So it's good for politicians and social media icons, I'd say very specifically. And people that want to do, they say like online, I'm noticing these guys, they'll be like, oh, if you want to do crypto, 9s are good at that. Not really quite sure why. They're quite adaptive, so it'd work good for pretty much anything that once you can adapt to it. But I'd more so say it's an influential number and a number that'd work a lot better in like the political space or the social media space very specifically. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about this, how to manufacture your name using Chaldean numerology to make more money, hit me up. I'll help you out. $17. I'll just look at your birth and life path number, show you the compatibility, how that works, and get you on the road. So that's it for today, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with something about spell casting as well. So in this next month, it's going to be very interesting. I'm going to go over a lot of like occult things in December. So we're definitely going to get active. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you watched the whole thing, I'll be back tomorrow with some more interesting stuff. Peace.